When reporters ask NBA players stupid questions. Press conferences can be a lot of things. They can be informative, funny, or sometimes straight up boring. But when there's entertainment, it's not always caused intentionally. In this video, we'll have a look at the times when reporters ask NBA players stupid questions. Draymond Green and the flood question. It's always a good idea to think things over before saying them. One reporter didn't do that during the season when the Golden State Warriors achieved the best record in NBA history. The Warriors were taking on the Rockets in the playoffs while the city of Houston was dealing with flooding at the time. One reporter tried to make a correlation between the flooding and the results the Warriors had on the court, but the line of questioning was interrupted pretty quickly by Draymond Green. Stop trying to do that. That's not cool, man. These people are losing their lives, bro. Losing their homes. Don't ask me that no more, Green said in reply, among other things. The question didn't just backfire for the reporter by putting him on the wrong side of the player that he asked it to in the first place. The controversy around the incident also cost the reporter his job with his outlet, which is a pretty big price to pay for a question that hardly took any time at all to ask. LeBron is Kyrie's father figure? The relationship between LeBron James and Kyrie Irving has varied throughout the years. Irving was drafted by the Cavaliers in the hopes of getting something going again in the years after LeBron left for Miami. When LeBron returned, Kyrie was part of the core team, and the two had the potential to become a top dynamic duo in the league. For a time, they were an effective pair. But their relationship was also awkward sometimes, as LeBron overshadowed Kyrie for their entire time together. This probably played a part in Kyrie eventually leaving the Cavs to look for his own success elsewhere. But one thing LeBron never was for Kyrie was a father figure. Confusingly, a reporter asked at one point if LeBron was a father figure to Kyrie. "What type of parental role has he played for you and your teammates?" the reporter asked Irving. The question just left Kyrie confused. After all, LeBron is hardly old enough to be Irving's parent, let alone the parent for the whole team. Kyrie played it cool, however, and after realizing the question he was being asked, gave a pretty even response saying that LeBron is a big influence on the team and that they've learned from him. Defending home court. This one also involves LeBron James. But this time, LeBron was the one making the reporter look bad. It was the NBA Finals in 2017, and LeBron and the Cavaliers had fallen behind 2-0 in the series against Golden State. The mood wasn't great at that point, and understandably, LeBron pushed back a little when asked a bad question. Specifically, the question asked whether the Cavs had to defend home court or not in the coming game. Of course, the team would be in a much worse spot if they didn't defend home court, and LeBron was quick to point that out. It ended up being a pretty embarrassing moment for the reporter, who set himself up to look like an idiot to a national audience by asking such an obvious question in the first place. Coming off the bench. If you don't know all the facts, it's usually best not to assume. One reporter made an assumption about Carmelo Anthony's role that backfired when Melo was with the Thunder in 2017. It was his first training camp with the team after leaving the New York Knicks, and his role with the team wasn't certain yet. One reporter went out on a limb and said that Carmelo could start off the bench. Melo didn't wait long to shut the idea down, laughing and saying he didn't know where the idea came from. He did let the reporter finish the question properly, but not before laughing enough to make the reporter look like the foolish one for asking the question. The lesson in this one is to be careful what you assume. If you're wrong, you might just get the embarrassment of having an NBA player get on your case about it. No more questions for you. It's not a secret that Russell Westbrook is one of the most outspoken personalities in the league. He has a distinct play style of his own, and he's had several interesting exchanges with the media over the years. If you're a reporter, you have to be on top of your game to approach Westbrook. Back when James Harden was still with the Thunder, one reporter didn't get that until it was too late for him. The reporter asked if James Harden was a max contract player, and Westbrook seemed to take offense to the question. He praised his teammate and said Harden was a great player, but when the reporter tried to follow up on the original question, Westbrook replied with, "No more questions for you, bro. You can't really come back from that one. Once a player tells you that you have no more questions, there's no real way to bounce back from it and ask another one." In this case, the reporter's mistake was trying to drum up drama around the Thunder team over James Harden and his contract. Of course, that reporter might end up getting the last laugh in the end. It wasn't the Thunder that ended up paying Harden big money. He didn't get the max extension that he had been asking about, and was instead traded to the Houston Rockets, where he's become a major star today. Maybe the outcome was just an odd kind of karma for Westbrook's tough answer when asked about the situation back before the trade happened. Thanks for watching, and make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe below.